Fearless female, Vanna White, take one. Hi everyone, it's Janet Gunn here with Focus TV, and I'm so excited to be interviewing my next guest, which is Vanna White. Vanna is a co-host and has been for 34 years of Wheel of Fortune. She is a pop culture icon, and yes, she is a household name. I love that.
You know what's the best part about that? Growing up with an unusual name, Vanna, everyone called me everything but Vanna. Vanna, Vanya, Vanna, what is your name? So now people pronounce it right.
There's no one that doesn't know how to pronounce your name. You are from North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Yes, born and raised.
They must be so proud of you.
They are, and I'm proud to be from there. I go back at least a couple times a year. My dad is still there. God bless him. He's 91 years old. I love visiting him. And I also go back once a year to hook up with my childhood girlfriends. We have known each other for many, many years from the time we started school, first grade, and we get together every year without fail.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So much fun.
That's some good advice, actually, is to connect with your girlfriends and spend a little time.
It really is. I think it's so important because we all get busy with our lives and we all move on to different things, but to go back to where your core is, you're really close, good friends that know your family, know your upbringing. It's really special and therapeutic to get together with them.
Yeah, I totally agree. How did you get from South Carolina to Los Angeles?
Well, I always wanted to be in show business. From the time I was 10 years old, I was laying on the sofa. I just had my appendix taken out and I was recuperating, and I saw a show called Rat Patrol, which was a very popular show way back when, and my mother said, "Oh, that's your uncle Christopher George on there." I said, "You're kidding. My uncle's on TV. I want to be on TV." So that's where it began, and that was, as I said, I was 10 years old. So when I graduated high school at North Myrtle Beach High, I moved to Atlanta, Georgia to make sure I was going to be happy with a big city, and I loved it, lived there for a few years, and then in 1980 moved to Los Angeles to pursue that career.
And so when you came to LA, did you have an audition? Did you have any auditions lined up? Did you know anybody?
I knew no one. A girlfriend and I got in a 20-foot U-Haul truck and drove cross country with our stuff inside the back of the truck. She wanted to have a government job and I wanted to be a movie star.
I bet she's looking back, she probably wished she would have maybe had your dream job too.
I don't know. She was happy. She's already retired and she's very happy.
Oh, she kept her government job.
She did. And she loved it.
Good for you.
Yes.
Wow, that's impressive right there.
Isn't it?
Okay, so then you went to Wheel of Fortune.
I auditioned for Wheel of Fortune in October of 1982. Prior to that, I went to a taping of Dance Fever, which was a Merv Griffin show, who also owned Wheel. And I was friends with Janet Jones at the time, who's Janet Gretzky today, and she introduced me to Merv's right-hand man at Dance Fever. And I said, "Hey, I hear you're looking for a replacement on Wheel of Fortune. Can I audition?" And he gave me his card. He said, "If we haven't made a decision by October 5th, you can come in and audition." So of course I called him at 10 o'clock on October 5th. They had not made a decision. I went in, I auditioned, and I got the job. They had interviewed over 200 girls.
And then, so what was the audition? Was Merv there?
Merv was not there. They put me on tape, and Merv did make the final decision. God bless you, Merv. Thank you. And that I found out the day before Thanksgiving in 1982.
And did they literally say, "We just need for you to walk over and turn some letters"?
Pretty much. Pretty much. That's what I did. Yes.
And did you, when you knew you were having the audition, did you practice at home turning letters?
No.
No.
No. I had no
That's probably
idea
a good thing.
what I was going to do. But I was familiar with the show because prior to that, I watched Wheel of Fortune. I still do.
Yeah.
Let me make that clear. And I knew what it entailed. And I think what Merv saw was a brother-sister team with me and Pat.
Yeah, because you have great chemistry.
Well, we've been together for 34 years, and we've never had one argument, and he is like a brother to me.
That's incredible.
It is. He's a great partner to work with.
And I just think it's incredible, too, that for 34 years, you go to the same job with the same amazing attitude
Oh.
that you've had since the beginning. And I don't only observe that for myself, but that's what people, that's what they say about you.
Well, I'm very happy with my job. It's a great job. I show up and we make people happy by giving them money, and it's just fun. And I will say most everyone, there's a staff and crew of 150 people, and most everyone is still there. They've been there for a very long time. They're all happy.
Yeah, that's the great chemistry of the show. Do you remember the very first letter that you turned?
I do. Well, I probably don't, but they reminded me many years ago because they had a video of it, and that was a T. Yes.
Do you remember what the puzzle said?
No.
We need to find that out. I want to find that out. And then, did you ever have a really embarrassing moment?
Yes, there's been several. In 34 years, of course there would be. But recently, last Christmas, our set is decorated and there's presents along the puzzle board. And for some reason, one of the bows got stuck in my dress. And I'm walking back and forth, and all you see is this present following me, this gift following behind me. I had no idea it was there.
That's pretty good.
That was pretty funny.
I like that. And you have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
I do, and that means so much to me. When I first moved to Hollywood, I went to Hollywood Boulevard and I said, that's what I want. One day I want to have my own star. And I'm not impressed by very much or asked for very much. I'm very happy with my life and everything in it. But the day I got that star, it meant so much to me. I felt like I achieved it myself, all the hard work and everything. And I say to everyone out there, follow your dreams, don't give up, you can achieve it.
That's great advice. And I believe in that 100%. And stay true to who you are.
Yes.
And you have definitely stayed true to who you are. I have known you for a long time. So, you were one of the first people that I met when I moved here from Texas. And I can honestly say that you have not changed at all.
Oh.
You are gracious, you are funny, you are giving, you're positive. I mean, Vanna, you're one of the most positive, not only positive women that I've ever met in my life, but you truly are one of the most positive people that I've met in my life.
Well, it's mutual. I met you at least 30 years ago, and you haven't changed at all.
Yeah. Maybe it's that Southern thing.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. Or maybe we just had that nice chemistry the moment that we met.
Yes.
Oh. And you're a mother. You have 2 grown kids now.
I know. It goes so fast. My daughter is 19 and my son's 22, and I'm an empty nester, and I don't know what to do with myself. Just wait.
Me neither. That's why I'm sitting here interviewing you.
It's hard.
It is really hard. I'm already feeling it.
What do? You say, okay, I've been a mother for over 20 years. Now what?
Yeah.
Yes, you have a career and other things in life, but I don't know, that was so special to me. And it still is, of course. We're still mothers and always will be mothers, but that making the breakfast, lunch, dinner, homework, driving them around, all that stuff is no more.
Yeah.
I so much miss that, but loved every minute of it.
Yeah. What does your work schedule look like with The Wheel?
Well, we only tape our show 4 days a month. I know that sounds like nothing. We do 6 shows in one day. 4 days a month, but we travel a lot. You'll see all kinds of special weeks, San Diego week, Boston week. We even went to Europe. So there's a few European weeks that we have. So we're always traveling with the show, and every 2 weeks I do wardrobe fittings. I try on probably 40 or 50 gowns every 2 weeks, and we pick the top 12 of those gowns, and I wear them, and then they're all returned.
Okay. So I bet the designers are so happy, though, whenever you pick their dresses.
People are often asking, where can I get that dress? They'll say, but I don't get to keep any of the clothes. I will say I've worn over 6,500 gowns.
Oh, my gosh.
Never the same one twice.
That's incredible.
Isn't it?
How about the Guinness Book of World Records?
That's
You're recognized for having the most consecutive claps.
My kids love that.
I love that. I have to say, that was probably one of my favorites.
That's so
when
funny.
I read that, I was like, that's incredible.
So
Who
funny.
counted?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, how do you figure that out? It's so funny.
Who knows? And I have no calluses to prove it.
So I wonder, is that considered cardio?
No. Although I've walked a lot of miles.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, and you ran with the Olympic torch.
That was another.
How exciting is that?
That was another highlight for me. Yes, it was wonderful. I absolutely loved that. That's what's been so great about having this job, being able to do all these wonderful things that I've always dreamed about or being part of. It is just so special.
Yeah.
And it means so much to me.
Oh, I bet it does. Well, I can tell it does. And also, you delivered a check for $1 million to St. Jude's Children's Research with your proceeds from your yarn.
Yes.
From crocheting.
Yes, I have my own line of yarn, and when they asked me to create my own line of yarn, I said, I want to give back. I'm very fortunate. I have 2 healthy kids. I want to donate half my proceeds to St. Jude because they do so much for children with cancer research. So that was my way of giving back, and it means so much to me, and I loved every second of that, and we are still giving. That's
incredible. And then, do you have a mentor? Do you have anyone that you really admire?
You know, before I moved to Hollywood, you know who was my idol, who I wanted to be like? It was Dolly Parton.
Oh, I love Dolly Parton.
Isn't she the best?
Yeah.
She is so down to earth and so real and so happy and so successful as a businesswoman, an amazing talent. And she was my idol. I said, if I ever move to Hollywood, I want to be just like Dolly Parton.
I love that. So I don't think there'll ever be another Wheel of Fortune, or I'm thinking of, would there ever be another game show like the Wheel of Fortune in our lifetime? I don't think there will be.
Well,
I really don't. And I know that there's not going to be another Vanna White. There won't. It would be impossible. That's so cool. I love that. Well, I know Wheel of Fortune is so happy that you're part of their family.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you feel the same way.
It's mutual. I love coming to work and seeing the same faces, familiar faces, happy faces, and everybody has their own job and happy with it. We are one big happy family.
And that's why the show is so successful.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
I really do.
and
also I want to take the time and thank all of our friends and family and fans out there that love and watch our show. We would not be here without you.
I love it. That's great. That's the Vanna I know. Before we wrap up,
yes.
I always like to ask a few questions of my guests. So today, tell me what you're grateful for.
I'm grateful for my health, my friends and my children's health. That's the most important thing, I think, for everyone, don't you? If we don't have our health, we don't have anything. So try to stay healthy. That is it.
And then what's your morning inspiration?
My morning inspiration, coffee. I have to have my 1 cup of coffee when I first wake up. But no, I wake up in the morning and I also thank God for everything that I have. And again, I think there's a lot of people out there that are looking for the right thing in life, or they're not happy. And I'm so thankful that I can wake up and thank God for all that I have. And I wish happiness and success for everyone else.
And then what is something that you could tell us that we would never know from your resume?
Ooh, that's an interesting question. I love eBay. I do.
Love eBay too. I know.
Isn't it the best?
Oh yeah, it's the rabbit hole. You go down that rabbit hole, it's like, oh gosh, 2 hours later, better get off eBay.
I know, but you can find so many things.
So true. And if you could hold anyone's hand today, whose would it be?
Oh, goodness. Oh, are you living or dead? You know, because I mean, of course, I lost my mother many, many years ago, and she has been a big inspiration to me. So, of course, I would hold her hand and thank her for watching down upon me and being there for me.
Yeah, I love that. I figured you would say your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so honored that you came in today, and I really appreciate your time. And I look forward to many, many more years of you on the Wheel of Fortune.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vanna White.
Mwah.